Hey, what's up, guys? Terrell here from Terrell Game Vlogs. So this is one of those vlogs where I don't really have any uh, idea where I want to go with this. I'm just gonna talk about some stuff that's been kind of like on my mind and fucking with me for a bit. It's kind of like a venting session. Sometimes you just need one of those, uh, and it's weird because it's not like things are what I would consider terrible. They've just been annoying enough to where it actively bothers me. Actually, I had an idea for a video, but I don't feel like I can tell that video without divulging literally almost the entire situation I'm dealing with. And so I don't know if I'm going to do it here or not. We'll see what happens. Um, I think literally the first thing I wanted to start this video off with, and it was dumb, is how much I love Sonic the Hedgehog. I plan to start doing videos on the main channel, on the Insane Game Freak channel, about what I think Sega can do with the characters and their development and that kind of stuff. And some of you might be wondering, where the fuck did that come from? I mean, I know you've been a fan of Sonic, but what's the whole, why that all of a sudden? Well, I guess recently, this weekend, actually, it's been like an ongoing thing for probably the last few weeks. After the whole comp TIA A plus test failure thing back in the middle of February, I kind of like tried to give myself a break, and then the shit with my car has been going on. Now, the shit with my car is something I don't think I've gone into detail about, but I'll go ahead and tell you what it is. Essentially, my car, I went through this thing where I had to do maintenance on the car. The radiator fan was broken, and I had to get that replaced, and then the car hadn't had its exhaust cleaned out in a while, so that had to be done, and that cost way more money than it probably should have. Primarily just due to the whole, which is the issue with fucking mechanics in general, which is that the price of the parts are okay, fine, but then it's the extra cost of the manual labor to do these things usually costs more than what you're paying just to buy the parts, and it's like, son of a bitch. On top of the fact that you usually have to pay just for them to diagnose the problem, and in some cases, in a lot of cases, mind you, they don't have that cost of the diagnostic carry over into the price of the repair, which would be very helpful, especially because they charge you so goddamn much just to tell you what's wrong. It fucking sucks, dude. So I've been having this issue with my car. So I did those two things, and that was fine. The reason then, like, within the last, I probably want to say October maybe of last year, the fucking check engine light came on talking about, oh, your evap system has a leak in it. The evap system pretty much being the system where it goes from the gas tank to the engine, it runs out the engine, and it comes out the exhaust pipe, and something in there is leaking. Now, usually the most basic thing is that maybe you have a faulty gas cap, and that's what you have to do. Went through that, bought a new one. No, the other issue, which is the first thing I tried, was the fact that they suggested that your purge valve solenoid that's in your car may or may not be broken, or have a leak in it. I don't. I have actually have it downstairs, but I replaced it and it was fine for like 2 months. It was one of those things that I like. It was an issue, but it didn't happen frequently enough for me to be like bring it up all the time. So like a month and a half. No, it was a month and a half. A month and a half, it was fine. Then it happened again. Luckily, the purge valve solenoid has a lifetime warranty on it, so I can go and get another one for free. Cool. Go get another one. It's the same thing. Happened for a month and a half. No issues. Bang. There goes the check engine light. And now the gas cap stuff, the gas cap light was coming on. And it was like, son of a bitch. Here we go. Bought the gas cap, and it bummed me out. So that was what I was dealing with the last few weeks. And then I just wasn't in a good frame of mind. On top of that, I'm also in a household in which my mother and my sister just both bought brand new cars. Now, financially, I don't think neither one of them should have done it, especially my sister. My mother's a little bit more justified. My sister, not so much. But once again, and so the whole little peer pressure of, well, you should get yourself a new car. Which is funny because I'm the dude in the house that gets shit talked for saving money, and then also get shit talked for being cheap. And then right after I complain about issues with my car, it's like, well, you got the money, go buy a new one. And people don't realize that debt is a bitch, and it's worse than when you have debt on top of random shit coming out of nowhere and fucking you over. So I was already not in a great mindset off of that. Then some girl issues, which I don't know how deep I want to get into that rabbit hole. Um, I don't know. Well, I'm gonna skip it for now. Just no girl issues, and if I come back to it, I come back to it. Because once again, I said I kind of want to make that the basis of a video. It just depends on my mood right now as far as it's concerned. And I'm just having, and then the whole, oh well, you failed your first shot at the A+ test. On top of the car still having issues. On top of you're still not making enough money to be out of your house, and you turned 27 in like what 3 months now. I turned 27 on June 16th, and it's just a lot of dumb shit. The job, which I haven't really complained about my job, and the only reason why I haven't is because my job, to be honest with you, I like the variation my job provides, where I get to do a lot of different computer stuff. I'm working on websites. I'm cloning and setting up PCs to put on the server, and then I'm running updates on the server while also installing servers in some situations. I like that hodgepodge of different shit. I don't really want to keep doing one particular job in IT all the fucking time. It's boring as fuck and it's monotonous. Now, granted, because of the nature of my job, my job is not considered what I would consider anything close to being fast paced or even stressful. It's pretty slow paced and meandering. But the problem is when you work with certain types of people, some people when there's nothing to complain about will create problems. Now, granted, we have our fair share of problems as a whole, right? Most of it has nothing to do with, like, as an organization, we have an issue. But like as far as in my department, I don't have an issue with my immediate supervisor. My coworker, who I'm technically over, have an issue with because he's older than me. He's way older than me. He's in his 60s, and he's been there for like a decade or so. Like I think he's like what, around 12 or 13 years in. And this is the kind of guy, it pisses me off. He's the kind of guy who's like really knowledgeable about shit, but has like the worst personality traits in the sense that he dwells on negative shit. It's like he feeds off of it. It's those. I think I made a video a while back last year talking about toxic individuals. He is the textbook example of that type of dude, and it pisses me off because almost said his name. Wow, that's how frustrated he gets me sometimes. It makes me mad because he's one of them dudes that's so close to being okay, but he will not stop. He comes in, he dwells on every little thing, and then he also and because he's older, even though I would say he's probably one of the youngest old people I know. Like, he's a dude in his 60s, and I swear to God, if you met him and the way he acts, you cannot tell he's 60. The one thing I really admire is that he's a dude in his 60s that took care of himself and honestly has no real major problems with him in terms of his like pretty much health wise, even though he's in his 60s. I know dudes in their 50s who are struggling to like function normally in society without help of a cane or some type of handicap or some shit. He's in great fucking shape for his age. There are things I really like about the dude, and he's knowledgeable as fuck, so there are things I've learned from him. But but as a person, he has so many bad traits, and it aggravates me. It pisses me off that our department, which is only 3 people, mind you, he's so close to being all right, and he can't fucking make it. No matter how close he gets to that it's like you get to the finish line, he will not take another motherfucking step. So I'm always at this constant thing with him, and he's pretty bad about complaining about work and all that other shit. I think literally he's one of them dudes who literally his whole life is work, and it's a very unappealing kind of person to be around, which sucks because on top of my job not paying enough, but I like the style the job provides me with, which is this variety show of different IT stuff. It annoys me. So of course that's where the whole certification struggle, because obviously I need to find a new job that pays more so I can move the fuck out and not deal with some of the family bullshit that I always have to deal with. And it's like, and sometimes you just get depressed as shit. And ironically enough, it was yesterday. I remember this clearly. It was yesterday. Going back to the reason why I say I like Sonic. One of the reasons why I like Sonic. Specifically, I mean, and it's not just this, but it's a combination of a lot of things for Sonic. But this is the thing that got to me. Yesterday, I was at the gym, and I was on the treadmill. And my mindset with the treadmill is usually to do like I do like 30 minutes of cardio. So like 15 minutes on the treadmill and then like 15 minutes on the elliptical and then like 30 minutes of like actual weights. Um and I was on the treadmill and usually I have a big issue where like 15 minutes in I can't hit. I think it's either 1 kilometer or 1 mile. I want to say 1 mile because I think 1 mile is actually further than 1 kilometer. And part of the reason is because I go for 15 minutes in my intervals with running and walking and shit. And yesterday I was playing music on my phone, and I was surprised that something hit me. I was playing, I believe it's Sonic Mania's. I want to say it's the. It was in one of the. I think it's in the opening of the game when you play it on your console for the first time. It's the first opening, not the second one. The first one. First one, actually, the second one will do it to me too. But the first one was the one I was playing at the moment, which I don't think is technically Sonic music. I think it's Hyper Potions' song, which is besides the point. The point is, I was playing the music, and there's this like really good build up halfway through the song, where everything slows down for a second, and then it starts building back up again, and then it hits, and then the beat drops, and it just gets that, and it's like this push, and I don't know what happened, but I hit this insane adrenaline rush during that moment, and that for me was like it. I feel like I'm getting deja vu, like I've talked about this before. Maybe not the same way, but it feels like I've talked about this before in some capacity. I don't fucking know. Point is, that shit hit me, and all I could imagine myself, I'm looking, because like the treadmills are on like the highest level of the building in the gym, so it's like it's like a step. So like the bottom level is like the main area where you walk in. The second level is where the ellipticals are at, and then the third level is the treadmill. So I can see literally the whole gym from where I'm at, and I'm looking at the other side of the gym, and I had this weird visualization of like I just need to get my shit together. It's weird because last weekend I was really just lethargic. I didn't do anything. I went to the gym. That was literally it. I did nothing productive. And I streamed. I think I streamed, and that was it. And I said I need to get my shit together. And I hit that adrenaline rush, and the only thing I could just see in front of me, it's like I zoned out for a second. I just saw everything, and all of a sudden I said I need to get my shit together, and that's literally all I was thinking. And I just kept running, and I think yesterday was the first day I actually broke past my like. I ran longer than I usually do. Like I felt like I hit like this ridiculous stride, and I was tired, mind you, but I was very happy. And then I proceeded, as soon as I got out of the gym, I went and got the part for my car, and this morning I went ahead and did that. I felt like I had just, and that's one of the reasons why I like Sonic. Sonic is that character for me. I mean, I understand that his game series hasn't been consistent, but for me, he's such an inspiration for me, because he's just like, listen, sometimes you gotta run past all that bullshit and just look at the goal. Don't fucking focus on nothing else, because all these motherfucking things are distractions. And sometimes you just gotta look at that motherfucking goal. It's funny as fuck right now, because I'm probably gonna turn the camera on at the end of the video. But over where I'm looking at, the position I'm facing, I say run towards the goal, and I still have that fucking Mario Kart flag in my wall from back in, what was that, 2014 maybe? 2013, 2014, when Nintendo did that Best Buy thing for E3, and you could demo certain games. I think it was Mario Kart, it was Donkey Kong. What was the other game? I don't remember it might have been Mario. Mario 3D World might have been the other game. And so I have that flag, so it's funny when I'm talking about running towards the goal and there's a fucking flag with Luigi's face on it right there. And it's rough sometimes, because sometimes shit just hits you in the fucking face, and it's like, bruh. And that's one of the reasons why I like fucking Sonic the Hedgehog. That man, for me, that character embodies the type of freedom I long to have. That type of freedom where I don't have to worry about a motherfucking thing and just enjoy myself. It got me inspired, and I truly appreciated that. I know everyone has their moments, and it's crazy, because the way life works is that even when things all go right, you won't be able to go that long without something fucking you over. I was just watching Killer Comedy Unleashed. She's sitting there doing a video, And he kind of goes the same thing. Like, life is good. I'm still buying my box sets and I'm still getting my shit, but sometimes shit comes out of you out of nowhere. Like the stuff with him and his job and his girlfriend. Well, primarily his job, but his girlfriend's connected because they work at the same place. And actually just a lot of Patreon talk. Like a lot of people don't wonder. Probably a lot of people wonder why people are so quick to jump on Patreon, because life is fucking hard, yo. And when you're at the bottom, and you don't already have a job or a fucking degree, and don't have like any real way of stepping up on a quick pace, because if you go to school, if you don't go full time, it's going to take you longer than usual, and you still got to survive within the time between the time in which you start school and you graduate. So you're just grinding it out. That's like one of the worst things about college students. You literally start school and you're just stuck in this dead zone for like 4 or 5 years, where the best you're going to be able to do is maybe set things up so when you get out of college, you can jump into a job. And it's like, fuck. And so some people always wonder why do people want to jump to YouTube as a job? Because it's more instant gratification. I've said it before. I don't really want Patreon to be like the only job I do. I've learned from experience. I'm the kind of guy who gets bored doing the same thing too much, or like doing the same thing over and over again. Monotony is like my worst enemy. So having a variety of things to do usually intrigues me. That's why I still do YouTube videos even though I have a job, and why I do have a Patreon. And sometimes that's what you fucking need. You need that variety. You need that spice in your life. And for me personally, I needed that kick in the pants. I needed that focus. I needed that rush to get me in the right mindset. Tomorrow I will start studying again, because I'll be honest with you, I dicked around with it. I also need to fix the eating habits, because those have gotten out of control. That was also because, that was the other thing. I was depressed because I lost my debit card and I could not figure out where or how I lost it. And it just bummed me out. It bummed me out because I was already pissed off about a bunch of other things, including the stuff I've already mentioned in this video. And like, I was just like, fuck. And granted, it wasn't even a big deal. Like, I mean, losing your debit card nowadays isn't that big of a deal, because you can go on mobile apps and lock your fucking card. You can call them in a matter of seconds and have your shit returned. Like, the banking is so easy nowadays. Like, it's not that big of a deal. But I think I don't have terrible anxiety, but I have a bad form of it sometimes. And I'll lose my shit over the smallest things. It's like and it's weird. It's the same thing with the car. Like, the car thing, to be fair, wasn't where I couldn't drive the car, but my anxiety will flick out if I just seen the check engine light on. It bothers me, especially like during the work week when I know I can't go anywhere out of work, because by the time I get off from work, everything is about to be closed and I don't have the time to do it. It just like it stresses me out when that kind of shit happens to me. And it's not a big deal, and I need to remind myself that sometimes it's not as big of a deal as I make it feel like it is. And I get bummed out about it, dude. Which is why I think everyone needs a creative outlet. That's part of the reason why I still do these videos. People don't realize, for me, the thing that brings me the most joy nowadays is doing my gaming, my anime watching. The gym has surprisingly been pretty helpful for me. Times where I'm very angry or pissed off and I don't want to run in this room and rant. It's probably the reason why you could argue I don't make videos as consistently as I used to. It's because my one outlet before was just making videos, so of course, and even then it was personal shit, so there were certain things I couldn't talk about. I have the gym now just as a physical outlet, and even now I'll still come up here like this and have the conversation with you. This video honestly has no fucking point. Sometimes I don't know. Oh, and then also my fucking hand hurts. I don't know what happened. I was going down the stairs and like snapping my finger, and I guess I hurt my finger, because this finger hurts right now. I don't know why it fucking hurts. Oh God, sorry. It's not even a big deal. See, I'm weird like that. But my finger fucking hurts. I guess I was snapping too hard and I kind of fucked my finger up. It's not, obviously I can still move it. It hurts if I go too far at a certain angle. I I feel like I'm just rambling, which is technically what I'm doing. I don't know. I guess if have you guys ever do you have anxiety? Does it? Because I guess for some people, are you in that position where the little things will irk you way more than it should? Are you in a position in your life currently where it feels like nothing's really going right and you just feel like you can't get your shit together? Um, how is everyone doing? And I think honestly it's time for people to really start making changes. And I just it's hard because you can, ironically enough, for someone like me who actually does like variety, I'm also a dude who, like, once he finds a comfortable situation, it's very appealing to kind of go into that mode, um, because that's what you're used to doing. You figured out the game. You can play the shit like a fiddle now. So you ain't got no reason to go out of your way and make changes. That change is scary as fuck, but change is also a way you can truly achieve a strong sense of happiness, and for some people, the purpose in life. Um, yeah, I've now turned this into a random philosophical thing. So I'm gonna show you the fucking Luigi thing that some of you probably already seen, and then I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. So there it is. That's my mirror. Oh God, I got this thing on a tripod. There he is, where he stares you to death because you have looked into his soul and all it is fire. Once again, my shit's stuck on the thing. So yeah. Anywho, this is kind of a vlogish talking about things. Please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. And the other good news is that now my main channel's my main channel now has the partnership through Curse. That went through, we're good. And obviously the Patreon stuff is there, so that's cool. So thank you guys for watching. This has been Terrell from Terrell Game Vlogs. Vlogs again for your boy Terrell, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.